Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cassie Johnson. I've sold over $500,000 on Etsy, have been able to quit my full-time job, and am now a full-time entrepreneur looking to help others do the same. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 3 niches for being in 2022. If you're looking to make an extra $1,000, $3,000, or even $5,000 a month, this is where I'd start. The number one first niche that I'd recommend being in 2022 is the bridal and wedding niche. This is already a really hot seller on Etsy every single year normally, but this year there's actually 2.5 million weddings. And that is the most since 1984. I'm assuming since a lot of people had to reschedule their weddings. So this is definitely the place to be. And there are so many different sub-niches within the bridal category that there is really room for everyone. So let's go to the 𝗗𝗏.com, where I'd start if I was breaking into this niche for the first time, is looking up the top bridal party or bachelorette party themes for 2022, because many brides are using the 𝗗𝗏.com and they're going to be getting these emails with this list. So let's go ahead and take a look. So top bachelorette party themes in 2022. Like I said, I'd recommend going down to the 𝗗𝗏.com since that's the website that a lot of brides are going to be using. So starting here at the beginning, let's see what they recommend. The first ones they're showing are pop culture themed, like Harry Potter, Beyonce, Clueless, Friends. And while there's a lot of money to be made in those niches, it's really just not safe. When you're using someone else's intellectual property, you are infringing. If you use a Harry Potter font, then you'd be infringing. That's trademarked. If you use a Disney font, that's trademarked. If you say Beyonce, if you use the Friends quotes, you can be infringing and you can lose your shop. So I would recommend, even though you see people on Etsy selling these, to just stay away, since we're in this for the long haul, or at least that's what I'd recommend you doing. So instead of making a quick buck, let's go with what's safe and stick with those. So we're going to go ahead and pass all of these trademarked ones. You also want to stay away from any actual trademarks. So in the bridal niche, there are a lot of trademarked words. So you do want to check every word that you use on a shirt, every word you use in your title, and every word you use in your description. A few that you might not think are trademarked are bride vibes, bride to be, naughty bride, like nautical bride, bride's last ride, bride mode, wifey, and bride's squad. So you just want to try and be creative on what you say on these shirts to really stand out and not be infringing on any trademarks. So here, the first one is actually a celestial themed bachelorette party. So if a bride knows her sun and moon signs. So this is actually a really popular niche to be in all year round, is celestial themed shirts. So I can really see this being a great seller for bachelorette shirts. So where I'd start if I was looking to get into this niche for bachelorette party shirts is I'd go over to Etsy. And you always want to make sure that you're searching in incognito mode, so in a private browser, because Etsy starts to show you what they think you want to see. So if you've already looked at one shop, they'll start to show you that shop more since they know you like that style. So anytime you're looking for new ideas, I do recommend opening up a private browser. You just right-click the browser you're in, and there'll be a pop-up for incognito or private browsing. And so I'd go ahead and actually research the larger niche first. So let's look up celestial shirts, if I could spell, and see what people in this niche already really like. So one thing I'd watch out for when you are looking for ideas is the first row is always going to be ads. You see under this price where it says ad. So you don't want to click in any of these and spend someone's ad budget. And they may be a bestseller, like this first one here is also the ad right above it. So that's going to be a good one to check out. But just because there is an ad doesn't mean it's actually a good seller. So usually every other row is ads. See here, there's another row of ads. So try to avoid clicking on those in the future if you can. Looks like there's a lot of line drawings of moons and flowers. That seems to be, and suns. a really popular part of this niche. The only one really standing out here is this one that's kind of more 70s theme, so that one's kind of cool. So you could go more of this line drawing theme, or you could go more of these mushrooms and suns and flowers. Okay, mushrooms again, snakes and cats. So definitely some really cool ideas. Some moths, some kind of more gothic fonts. Those are all good things to add into your design if you're looking to make a bachelorette shirt. So let's go ahead and see what's actually popular, or if there are any bachelorette shirts for the celestial theme. So let's do celestial bachelorette party, and let's see what comes up here. Okay, so there's a couple already bestsellers and popular now shirts in this niche, so that definitely tells you that people are looking for this. And it seems to be kind of that same line where you have those kind of thin lines, the flowers, the moons. This one, she actually has a ring on her finger. So I think there's a lot of different things you could do with this niche to stand out. You know, you could use kind of that style that kind of retro one with all the mushrooms and the colors had, since that was a bestseller, and you have it in a market where it looks like there isn't anything like that here. And so let's go over to Canva and look at some examples of designs that we could make if you were going to get into the celestial bachelorette theme. So Canva is one of my favorite design apps to use. I did used to use the GoDaddy Studio app on my phone, but I've been trying to use Canva now, as that has a lot more design capabilities. I will leave a link to Canva below in the comments if you haven't tried it before. You can do a 30-day free trial to see if you like it, and there is even a free version, but you can't save transparent designs, which is how you want to save your t-shirt designs. So coming into Canva, let's look for celestial designs here and see if we can find any great graphics to use for our bachelorette shirts. So some crystals could be really cute. That's definitely in the right theme. There's some good moons and stars. Let's make sure to just go on graphics so we only see the ones. You could do some different zodiac signs. That could be a really unique spin on it, having each bridesmaid have their own zodiac sign on their shirt, and then it's a shirt that everyone can keep, which is really nice. This one looks a lot like some of the designs that we saw out there, or this moon with the really cute little stars. So definitely a lot of great graphics, but any that say pro and have this little crown are ones that you only can use if you have the pro account. And so I do pay monthly for that, since I think it's very worth it. But seriously, so many cute ones. Let's look at this little guy and see how we think. So this is really cute. I like that it's got the sun and the moon and some crystals. It's kind of long and skinny, so maybe we could do something with that. This little moon with the flower is actually colorful, so that could be a way to differentiate yourself in the search results, because you're looking a little bit different than just the line drawings that are already there. This hand is fun. Ooh, this moon is beautiful. So you see what I mean? There's a lot of really great graphics, so you can kind of pick what kind of speaks to you. You know, I don't want all of you to go out and make the exact same design, since then no one really stands out. This snake is really beautiful. But again, we're going for more of that celestial vibe. And so something like this actually I think would make a lot of sense. Let's see. And I love that Canva gives you these magic recommendations. You see how this popped up? They're like, if you like this, then go ahead and see all. And it's going to show us some really similar versions of what that is. And I love all of these. I think I really like this crystal one, but I think this one with the moons actually is really pretty. You can really use any of these, honestly. And so you don't have to overthink it. You know, like, let's make this bigger. Let's get some cute font. So let's just say, you know, bride for the first one. So I'd probably either, for this type of design, do something in kind of this similar little thin lines, or do maybe a Gothic font. So let's see if there's any Gothic fonts that we like here. of like this one. This one's kind of like big and chunky, but still pretty. So you could just say bride right above it. You could go to the effects and actually curve it a little bit. So that way it kind of curves with the moon and you can really edit that. So I think that's really pretty. Or you could do more of a cursive font. Let's see what we've got here. Can you make it more whimsical? Yeah, that's really fun and pretty and just simple. And so then you could decide if you wanted it to say Celestial Bride or Celestial Tribe or just Bride and just, you know, Soul Sister is one of the ones that I saw in there, but obviously you want to make sure that you check anything again for trademarks to make sure that that is covered. But that's kind of where I'd start if I was going into one of these niches, and then I'd make maybe 3 or 4 different versions of a celestial one, move down to the next theme, and really do all 40 of the ones on that list other than the copyright ones, and you'd be in a really good spot. And if you haven't checked out my last video on making group listings so you can have your listings synced with Printify for your Bachelorette shirts, then I'll link that down below or up here in the cards as well for you if you're not sure how to sell those in your Etsy shop. So the second niche or niche, however you like to say it, that I recommend being in 2022 is professions shirts. So these are going to be shirts that say the job that you do, because a lot of people really love to show off what they are passionate about, and what most people have going on in their lives is what they do for a living. So whether that's teacher shirts or dental assistant shirts, those are always going to be a really big seller, especially in the spring and fall when it comes to graduation, because it's a really great gift to give people once they graduate. So you could make things like teacher shirt, first grade teacher. You could do future teacher shirts for people who are still in college, or teacher in training. You know, you can do that with any niche of what people are in for their profession. So all really great options there. To find these different professions, you could do something similar like we looked at for the knot.com and Google the top most popular women's professions or men's professions, or the top degrees to get in 2022. Any of these would be a great place to start, or obviously start looking through Etsy. And then I would recommend, I know I recommended in a previous video, to make design templates. So once you find a design style that works really well for one niche, then you can just put that design style in every single niche. So find one look that sells really well for you, and then put that in all of the different professions niches. That way you can just cruise through making these designs and have lots of options up and available in your shop without having to put too much extra work into it. And if you haven't found a design style that works for you, one really great foolproof one is a rainbow with really pretty cursive underneath. You could get a great rainbow on Creative Fabrica. You could get one on Canva. So there's a lot of really great places to find graphics. Just make sure that you have the commercial rights to use it before you do. But then eventually, since rainbows are very popular, I'd recommend finding some different styles that work for you as well. So the third niche for 2022 that I recommend is a two-parter, and that is Mother's Day and Father's Day. Mother's Day is coming up in May, and Father's Day is coming up in June. And these are huge holidays that people like to shop on Etsy for their loved ones. So you want to try and come up with different sub-niches you can get into. You know, for dad, you could do the dad's professions. You could do different hobbies that the dads are in, different dad puns and dad jokes, tons of options. Same with moms. You can do mom professions. You can do just cute ones that say Mama 2022. Do custom ones that have the kids' specific names on it. And then you want to make sure that you do some double shirts, you know, mom and dad shirts, or mommy and me, or daddy and me shirts. Since again, we love group shirts, anytime you can sell multiples, that is better. If you sell a dad shirt and one shirt for each of his 5 kids, you're getting 6 sales instead of just one, which makes your life so much easier. So definitely don't sleep on Mother's Day and Father's Day. Get working on those today. And then for just you guys that are still here at the end of this video, I do have one bonus niche, and that is actually going to be Autism Awareness Month. Autism Awareness Day is April 2nd, so we're just about a month out if you're watching this video, but it is the whole month of April is Autism Awareness Month, and it's definitely a great niche to be in if you're looking to make some sales right now, since people are really already shopping for it. Some popular things in that niche are rainbow colors, puzzle pieces. Not everyone loves puzzle pieces in the autism niche, but those are just a few ideas. So see what's out there, put your own spin on it, be unique. Don't copy what you're already seeing since they're already bestsellers, but find a unique way to enter the market and you will do great. So that's it for the video. Thank you so much for staying until the end, and I look forward to seeing you next time.